All of us have dark moments in our life. All of us have self-doubt. All of us have moments when we would much rather stay in bed. I'll never forget when I was in the North Pole and I was dragging my sled across there. You know, I ended up weighing 47 kilos by the time I got off the ice and I hit Canada. I'd lost a lot of weight. I don't weigh that much, but I was 75 kilos when I started off, when I was first dropped off in the North Pole. And I remember being inside my tent at the end of each day's hard slog, and I'd be in my tent and in my sleeping bag, my only sanctuary from the cold. And sometimes the temperatures got down as low as minus 20 degrees, and sometimes with 100 km/h winds. And I would lie in my sleeping bag, not wanting to get out of that sleeping bag to face another day of that journey. And I was only at the beginning of the whole journey. And I would look at my clothing laying on the ground at the end of my sleeping bag, and they were still covered in snow and ice from the day before. And they were the clothes that I had to put on to get warm to push on the next day. So it was a miserable existence and so hard to stay motivated. But the one thing that kept me going was looking beyond that moment and looking at the end result. And I think far too often we get caught up in the moment and we feel, oh, it's raining at this point in time, or it's raining, or it's cold outside, or whatever. You have to look beyond that into the future and see yourself at the finish line of what you've set out to do. You have to see yourself standing on the podium in the #1 position, or you have to see yourself on a bright sunny day when these days, these dark days, are well and truly gone and they're behind you, and how good you feel about pushing beyond that, those dark moments, and into the light. And that's what everybody has to see. So being a visionary is such an important thing in this life, to be able to see on into the future and see that future with success and positivity. And that's what I try and do every day of my life, and that's my encouragement to so many others. I feel blessed that I can wake in the morning, open my eyes, see the dawn of a new day, and be able to breathe the air. There's so many good people that have lived on this planet and are now gone that will never see those days ever again. And so every time I open my eyes, I feel how incredibly lucky I am. And so with that in mind, I try and make that day count for something, to justify why I'm still here on this earth, why I was given the blessing of another day when other people better than me, far better than me, haven't been. And so that's what drives me. That's what makes up who I am, and that's what makes me do the things I do. And so when I look at it like that, you know, I will never attain success, total success, because it's always just beyond my reach until the next day.